Hello, hello, hello.
एक वीडियो में ऐसे
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this another live stream, guys.
एक वीडियो में ऐसे
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this another live stream, guys. ओके, तो आवाज़ तो आ रही है स्ट्रीम पे। हम सून ट्राई करेंगे। Okay, guys, so we are back with another live stream, and let me know in the comment section that whether you can hear me or not. So I'll try to check it out whether there is some error or not. What? हेलो सर, आप बहुत मेहनत करते हो, थैंक यू भाई। मदन सैफ, हेलो सर, कैसे हो आप? मैं बस बढ़िया हूँ, आप बताओ आप कैसे हो? Let me know in the comment section how are you, and I have pinned one free pick file over here. This file that we are going to animate today. Okay, so we will try to animate that. Okay, I'll tell you what is that file. Okay, so let me bring down my screen. Okay, so this is the file that we are going to animate today. Okay, and it's going to be a super fun because we are going to check it out how we can animate this vector file, and we will try to create some seamless animation out of this, and you can use this animation for your social media or any marketing stuff like that. Okay, so that would be really helpful. Okay, so if we check it out this file, the scene wise, we will try to animate this first, then this, then this, then this, and then this. Okay, सर प्रैक्टिस कैसे करें, रॉ फुटेजेस कहाँ मिलते हैं? एडिटिंग के ट्यूटोरियल्स तो बहुत देखता हूँ, बट प्रैक्टिस कैसे करूँ? ओके, सो अगर आप रॉ फुटेजेस प्रैक्टिस के लिए चाहिए तो आई थिंक फ्री पिक पे भी मिल जाते हैं, या फिर पिक्सल्स करके एक वेबसाइट है, आप वहाँ पे भी चेक इट आउट कर सकते हैं मे बी। देखता हूँ मैं। आई थिंक इस वेबसाइट से भी आपको फुटेजेस मिल सकते हैं फ्री के, आप यहाँ से भी चेक इट आउट कर सकते हो फॉर प्रैक्टिस पर्पस। ओके, also guys, if you're watching this stream, then please click on that like button. I have seen so many people are watching but have not clicked on that uh, like button, so please do that. It's important to boost this kind of a stream, and we will go with today's stream like that. Okay, so now here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's try to go over there. Yeah, also let me enable my phone so I can check it out your questions as well, so that would be easy for me to track. Okay, also let me know in the comment section whether you have any questions regarding motion graphics and any other thing you want to ask. Feel free to ask in the comment section. Also please click on that like and subscribe button, it would be really helpful for me. Okay, let's finish this. Okay guys, so please click on that like button. It's very important. And now let's try to start with our today's tutorial. First of all, I would like to create one layer over here, and I have already downloaded that vector file. So let's try to open this in Illustrator. I don't want this stuff. Okay, so as you guys can see, there are so many illustrations files over here I have downloaded. The link is in the description, out of which we will try to focus on this one. So let's select uh, this one first, like that. I'm going to select this one. I don't know why it's not selecting over there. Oh, they are locked, sorry. So let's select this much portion and hit Ctrl C to copy. Go over here and hit Ctrl V. Okay, now 8 GB RAM, Intel i3, no GPU. Can I run After Effects? I don't think so. You can run After Effects on that because it requires much more higher one. So yeah. So as you guys can see, we have this illustration. Let's release this clipping mask. We don't need that. I'll try to select this much portion like that. Also in After Effects, for this specific animation, we are going to select this 1080 like this structure. Okay, this box kind of a structure, because if you check it out, this our illustration is in the form of box only. Okay, so it would be helpful that to choose this kind of stuff, but over here we will choose a 1920 by 180 only. Okay, so we have this structure over here, and now let's try to adjust. Let me sorry let me select this and try to adjust my screen somewhere around at this point, so you can check it out this layers over here. Okay, so now we have this hand and this pen. So let's select all of this and hit Control X. Select this, make it proper selection, hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V. We have this extra stuff, I don't know why it's for, but we will keep it as it is. Okay, and let's select this and let's call it as hand. सर मेरा मोशन ग्राफिक का कोर्स ख़त्म हुआ है रिसेंटली, तो मैं एज अ एडिटर ज्वाइन हो रहा हूँ कंपनी में, तो मुझे कितने सैलरी में काम करना चाहिए? Initially I would recommend you to go for internships and try to you can earn up to 15K or 16K. Okay, uh, yeah, but initial purpose would be to gain some kind of a experience. Okay, so yeah. 14 किलोमीटर दूर है मेरे घर से, बाप रे बाप। सैलरी तो ठीक है, लेकिन 14 किलोमीटर, आई डोंट नो हाउ इट्स गोइंग टू वर्क लाइक दैट. हेलो हेलो हेलो, let's call this as right button and let's lock hide this one as well. And we have this papers. सर इंटर्नशिप के बारे में कुछ डिटेल में बताइए ना, थोड़ा कन्फ्यूजन है. Okay, so let me talk about this subject, internship as well. Like even in my office, there is one intern who has started as an intern. After 3 months, he got a salary hike. Initial salary of this guy was 15K, but after 3 to 6 months, he was promoted to around 23K. And he was a basic editor. He initially used to use only Premiere Pro, but right now he is using After Effects as well. So whether you are joining as a motion graphic designer or any video editor, try to learn Premiere Pro first. Complete your basics and then you can go for. Okay, so let's do one thing, guys. Whatever questions you have, please let me know in the comment sections. We will do certain things over here, and after that I'll try to answer those questions. Because what is happening is, like right now, is that I'm still over here doing a lot of stuff, and then suddenly you guys ask questions and I also try to, so it breaks the rhythm of that. Whatever question, queries, super chat, etc, if you have, let me know in the comment sections. I'll take a separate section for that and I'll try to answer the question. So yeah, but please feel free to ask this. It's not like I'm avoiding your questions, but the thing is that over here a lot of people are here to learn or something, so it gets distracted. So yeah. अगर आप इंटर्नशिप के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो तो डिपेंड है कि आप किस चीज़ में जाना चाहते हो। अगर आप मोशन ग्राफिक्स में जाना चाहते हो तो ऑब्वियसली आपको आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स तो आना चाहिए। सिर्फ आप फोटोशॉप के बदले आप इंटर्नशिप में नहीं जा सकते। ओके, सो लेट मी सेव दिस फाइल्स। I'm going to call it as scenes and I'm going to call it as 01. Okay, so now let's focus on our animation part. Over here we have this lines kind of a structure, or what we can say a paper kind of a structure. So let's select this, hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V, let's call it as BG. Okay, okay, so let's lock this, and then we have this paper, hit Control X, bring this downwards, press Control Shift V, and let's call it as paper. And then we have this paper as well, so let's call it as paper. Okay, like that. So now we have one this hand, we have this, and then we have this. So this is going to be my scene 1. Then after this, what I want is that this illustration should start to get animated. So I'll select this and I'll hit Control C, I'll hit Control N, and I'm going to create another project file, and I'm going to press Control Shift V, and I'll try to bring this over here like that. Then I don't want this text part, so I'll delete this, and we need to adjust this stuff. So let's select this ladies or anything like that. Let's right click and choose release to clipping mask, and let's try to select this much portions, hit Control Shift V, and let's try to bring this at the top. Okay, let's select this, hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V, hide this. Select this, hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V, hide this. Select this, hit Control X, create new layer, Control Shift V, hide this, and let's have this one. Now we have this laptop over here, so I'm going to select this laptop like this as well, hit Control X. Let's try to bring this over here, Control Shift V, let's call it as laptop, and hit OK like this. Then we have this additional stuff, so let's try to add one by one. Let's call it as art. Okay, let's hide this. Then we have this portion, Control Shift V, let's hide this. Let's call it as notes. Then we have this one, let's try to bring this at the top, hide this. We have this blackboard kind of a structure, we will call it as graph. Then I don't know what is this, it's just a normal paper, so let's call it as paper. Okay, तो क्या मुझे इंटर्नशिप वो तो हो गया, डिज़ाइनर्स के लिए बस इलस्ट्रेटर एंड आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स सीखा था। ओके है ना, या ओके है। तो और क्या सीखना चाहिए आपको? फोटोशॉप, इलस्ट्रेटर, प्रीमियर प्रो एंड आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स, ये सब चीज़ें सीखनी चाहिए। मैं तो कंप्यूटर साइंस के साथ मोशन ग्राफिक्स अभी क्या बोलूँ मैं इस पे, ये क्या है? Okay, first Premiere Pro, After Effects, that After Effects is must for high paying jobs or clients. Yes, definitely. Okay, bro. चल आपको फोटोशॉप आता है, बट अभी फोटोशॉप का उतना वर्क नहीं मिल रहा। लोग एआई इमेजेस थंबनेल बना रहे हैं। प्रीमियर प्रो आना ज़रूरी है वीडियो एडिटिंग के लिए, और आफ्टर इफेक्ट मस्ट है। यस। अरे चिराग भाई, काय करता तुम यार? ओके ब्रो, यस। यस, फोटोशॉप आता है, बट अभी फोटोशॉप का उतना वर्क नहीं मिल रहा। आई थिंक ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर्स के लिए अभी भी फ़ोटोशॉप यूज़ होता है, बस जस्ट ये है कि अभी एआई आ चुका है, तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें व्हाट यू कैन से ईजी हो चुकी है। ऐसा नहीं है कि काम ही नहीं मिलता, बट या यूज़ तो होता है अभी भी, ऐसा नहीं कि यूज़ ही नहीं होता, बट बहुत सारा काम ईजी हो गया है। ठीक है, हाँ। सो लेट्स गेट बैक। and now we have this. I don't know what this is. Let's call it as paper only. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन पिक कीजिए। कौन सा क्वेश्चंस एक बार फिर से पूछो जरा। हेलो ब्रो, स्टार्ट प्रीमियर प्रो कोर्स। The thing is that I'm not that much pro in Premiere Pro. Oh wow, what a sentence. The thing is that I'm not that much confident enough to create any course in Premiere Pro. I use Premiere Pro for basic kind of editing, but most of the time I prefer to use After Effects because from the start I've been using it. But yeah, I'm in future I'll try to learn so many things in Premiere Pro and I'll try to create courses on that as well. सर मुझे प्रीमियर प्रो अच्छे से आता है तो क्या मुझे इंटर्नशिप करनी चाहिए? यस। इंटर्नशिप का बेनिफिट क्या होता है, मैं जॉब के ग्रुप में हूँ जो मुझे इंस्टीट्यूट वालों ने ज्वाइन किया है उसमें इंटर्नशिप। स्टार्ट प्रीमियर प्रो एडवांस कोर्सेज। ओके, इंटर्नशिप करने का मेन मकसद तो यही होता है कि आपको फॉर एग्जांपल आपने कोई भी किसी भी जगह से कुछ सीखा हो, चाहे वो प्राइवेट कोचिंग सेंटर हो या कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट, कोई भी कंपनी को आपको हायर करने में झिझक होगी बिकॉज आपके पास वो प्रैक्टिकल क्लाइंट के साथ करने का एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है। तो इंटर्नशिप आपको वो एक्सपीरियंस देती है, आपको वो सीखने का मौका देती है जो आप अपने कोर्सेज में नहीं सीख पाए। और वो ये है कि प्रॉपरली क्लाइंट के साथ कैसे बिहेव करना होता है, क्या करना होता है, क्या होना है। इंटर्न किसी भी चीज़ आपको ये बात भी ध्यान रखनी होगी कि किसी भी कंपनी को किसी ऐसे बंदे को जॉब देना जो प्रीवियसली एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता है, उस पर ज़्यादा हम जिम्मेदारी नहीं डाल सकते। लेकिन इंटर्नशिप ऐसे होते हैं कि जहाँ पे कंपनी को भी पता होता है कि ये ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है तो इसको उतना भी नहीं दे सकते, इसको बेसिकली सिखाना है। तो इंटर्नशिप का फ़ायदा ये होता है कंपनी को कि कम सैलरी में काम आपको काम करने वाले बंदे मिलते हैं, और आपको ये बेनिफिट होता है कि भले ही आपको कम सैलरी मिल रही हो लेकिन आपको वो एक्सपीरियंस भी मिलता है, आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। तो या आई थिंक 6 महीने काम करोगे तो भी सही है, उसके बाद आप प्रॉपर जॉब कीजिएगा। ऑनलाइन सीखने वालों की वैल्यू है क्या सर? हाँ है, बिकॉज मैंने अभी फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा, अब आप जर्नी देखोगे तो मैंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऑनलाइन सीखी है। इसका कोई पर्टिकुलर आंसर तो है नहीं, वो हर एक के सोचने के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि वो कैसे सोचता है दूसरों के बारे में। लेकिन अगर किसी के पास स्किल है तो ऑब्वियसली आपकी वैल्यू होगी। फिर ये मैटर नहीं करता कि वो ऑनलाइन सीखा है या कैसे सीखा है, लेकिन स्किल होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, आपको उसका कोर नॉलेज होना चाहिए। ओके, आई थिंक रिसेंटली मेरी कंपनी में एक राइटर है, उसने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बोली थी। कुछ तो झगड़ा हुआ था उसका किसी और के साथ, लेकिन उसने एक समझाते वक्त बात बोली थी कि यू कैन बी ईगोइस्टिक व्हेन यू हैव नॉलेज। ओके, सो ये थोड़ा उसमें फिट बैठ रहा है। अगर आपके पास नॉलेज है तो आप ईगोइस्टिक हो सकते हो, आपकी वैल्यू भी होगी। लेकिन अगर आपके पास नॉलेज नहीं है, भले ही आप कितना भी पढ़े लिखे हो, आपको काम करना नहीं आता, तो हो सकता है आपकी सैलरी हो कुछ हो लेकिन आपकी रिस्पेक्ट कभी नहीं होगी। तो वो बात ध्यान रखना। ओके, तो चलो अपने सब्जेक्ट की ओर बढ़ते हैं। सो there is one kind of aeroplane over here as well, so hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V. Let's call it as plane। जॉब के लिए ऑनलाइन बट पोर्टफोलियो स्ट्रॉन्ग बट सर्टिफिकेट ऑनलाइन वाला है, हैपिंग सैलरी मिल जाएगी। यस, ओके, वी हैव दिस वन background as well, so let's divide this background into two portions। Okay, let's call it as bg let's sorry okay, so the now only thing remaining is this character. So let's try to bring this character at the top after this laptop, even though over here let's lock all of this stuff and let's try to focus on this. Now over here we have this hand, then we have this portion. Now what I'm gonna do over here is I cannot animate this entire hand, So I'll try to, bring this head at the different layer, and this hair should be at the back. We will use puppet paint tool to animate this. Let's call it as head. Let's call it as hair. Let's call it as body. Okay, so if I check it out, this portion is also ready. Let's call it as leaf, 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 leaf. Okay, so let's save this file. Now over here, after this, this and this, what I want is that this thing should start to get animated. So I'll again create another one. I'll try to bring this over here. I don't need this. Okay, let's release this clipping mask and let's select this, hit Ctrl X, new layer. Let's call it as notes. Let's select this, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V. Let's call it as hand. Then we have this graph, and over here I want to animate this graph. So I'll simply go inside this and let's check it out. Let's click on this icon and release this layers to sequence and try to bring this on different layers like that, and let's delete this extra stuff. Okay, like that. So let's save it as 03, like that. Let's save it, and then let's see what we have. We have something like this as well. After this, I want this illustration, so let's select this, hit Ctrl C, hit Ctrl N. Let's try to save this as well. Okay, let's select this, hit Ctrl X, new layer, Ctrl Shift V. Let's call it as PC, and let's hide this. Then we have this guy. डिज़ाइनर और एडिटर्स की जॉब एआई रिप्लेस कर देगा क्या? इजी होने इस चक्कर में सैलरी कम हो जाएगी? सी, ऑनेस्ट आंसर ये है कि इसका कोई ऑनेस्ट आंसर ही नहीं है। लेकिन जैसे जैसे नई टेक्नोलॉजी आते जाएगी, ऑब्वियसली कुछ कुछ काम जो है वो इजी होते जाएंगे, तो ऑब्वियसली वो कुछ कुछ चीज़ें रिप्लेस कर देगा। तो हमारे पास ऑप्शन ये है कि हम उस नई टेक्नोलॉजी को सीखने के लिए ट्राई करें। फॉर एग्जांपल, कुछ लोग कुछ ज़माने पहले ट्रांसक्राइबर, ये एक फ्रीलांस अपॉर्चुनिटी थी बहुत सारी लोगों के लिए। आपको ऑडियो, तो कोई इंसान ऑडियो भेजेगा, आपको उसको ट्रांसक्राइब करके देना है, यानी उसका टेक्स्ट निकाल के देना है। अभी बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देर इज़ वन वेबसाइट कॉल्ड टर्बोस्क्राइब, जिसपे आप ऑडियो डालोगे ऑटोमेटिकली उसकी ट्रांसक्राइब निकलेगी। तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि कैसे एक फ्रीलांसिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी कट आउट हो चुकी है। तो ऐसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी जो मैं ये AI एनिमेट कर रहा हूँ, देर आर अ फ्यू वेबसाइट दैट कैन एनिमेट दैट एज वेल, बट ऑब्वियसली वो पैसे चार्ज करेंगे और वो अभी तक उतने पॉलिश नहीं है या फिर उतने तरीके का आउटपुट नहीं देख रहे हैं। लेकिन एक चीज़ जो है वो नहीं जा सकती, वो है एडिटिंग और एनिमेशन का सेंस। वो अभी तक AI में उतना डेवलप नहीं हुआ है। और देर इज़ वन थिंग एज वेल कि जैसे जैसे AI बहुत सारी चीज़ें आर्टवर्क बनाता जाएगा, वैसे वैसे लोगों के मन में ओरिजिनल आर्टवर्क के लिए रिस्पेक्ट भी बढ़ जाएगी। फॉर एग्जांपल, अभी आपने कुछ समय पहले देखा होगा कि गिबली आर्ट करके एक ट्रेंड आ गया था, जिसमें चैट जीपीटी पे इमेज डालो और डालते जाओ। तो आप देख सकते हो कि वो आ गया। लेकिन अभी वो है नहीं, अभी वो गिबली आर्ट नहीं है। तो वो जो ट्रेंड जो था वो थोड़े टाइम के लिए था, अभी लोग उसे भूल जाएंगे और फिर से। और मैंने एक चीज़ ये भी नोटिस की कि जब वो ट्रेंड चल रहा था, उस ट्रेंड की वजह से जो ओरिजिनल आर्ट वर्क था उसकी भी अपने आप में वैल्यू बढ़ गई थी कि ये एक एक्चुअली इंसान ने बनाया है। ठीक है, तो ये सब भी चीज़ें हो सकती है, मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि यही होगा, लेकिन ये भी हो सकती है। इनफैक्ट मैंने अब कुछ दिनों पहले आई थिंक जेम्स कैमरॉन जो एवेटार का डायरेक्टर है, उसने ये चीज़ बोली थी कि जब भी वो अवतार की फिल्म रिलीज़ करेगा तो उसमें सबसे पहले स्टार्ट में वो टेक्स्ट डालेगा कि दिस इज़ नॉट एआई। ओके, तो हो सकता है आगे जाके ये भी लोगों के मन में मतलब ऐसी क्यूरियोसिटी आ गई, अच्छा ये चीज़ एआई से नहीं, ये रियल ह्यूमन से बनाई है। तो ये सब चीज़ें भी हो सकती है। ठीक है, तो ऐसे मतलब एकदम ही पैनिक होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। आप ट्राई टू लर्न दिस थिंग्स। ओके, सो या ठीक है, तो आई थिंक हमें इस पर क्लिपिंग मास्क हटाना होगा। लेट्स क्रिएट अ न्यू लेयर, लेट्स कॉल इट एज लीफ ओनली and group. Let's select this one. Notice, then we have this graph, so let's keep it as graph only. We don't need this text, so I'm going to delete this text. We have this watch. Also, I think I forgot to do one thing over here. We need to bring this mouth on different layer as well, because we need to animate that in After Effects. Okay. Mhm. We have this BG, hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V. Let's select this, hit Control X, new layer, Control Shift V. Let's hide this. We will select, थैंक्स सर समझाने के लिए, बट आने वाले टाइम में एडिटर की वैल्यू बहुत हो जाएगी क्योंकि एआई वो नहीं कर पाएगा जो इंसान करता है। यस डेफिनेटली। ओके, सो लेट्स सिलेक्ट दिस, हिट कंट्रोल एक्स। क्या इंटर्नशिप में और भी लोग होते हैं वहाँ जो बिगिनर या प्रो है, जिससे मुझे उन लोगों के कुछ सीखने को मिल पाएगा? यस, होता है ये, मेरे साथ हुआ है। मैंने जब इंटर्नशिप की थी तो मेरे साथ कुछ सीनियर्स भी थे और उनकी वजह से मुझे कुछ सीखने को मिला। ठीक है, और इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर टू हैव समवन हु इज सीनियर देन यू। सो इट वुड बी बेटर, इट वुड बी बेटर इफ यू हैव एनी सीनियर्स, देन इट विल, देर आर ऑलवेज डोर ओपन्स, सो यू कैन लर्न समथिंग। आपने कितने, मैंने 6 महीने ही किया था। इट्स ए टेस्ट। और मैंने तो आई थिंक 2018 या 19 में किया था जब मैं कॉलेज में था। तो उस टाइम पे मुझे 12,000 ही थी सैलरी। तो लेकिन अभी तो अच्छी खासी देते हैं तो। यस यस, इसका हम एनिमेशन ही करने वाले हैं, मैं ऐसे कोई लेयर्स ही नहीं बना रहा हूँ। हम इसको एनिमेट करने वाले हैं अभी। बस मैं जस्ट अपने, कब कोई भी एनिमेशन करने से पहले आपको अपनी इलस्ट्रेटर फाइल्स रेडी रखनी होगी। अगर मैं 6 मंथ्स इंटर्नशिप करूँ और उसके बाद जॉब पर जाऊँ तो क्या वो 6 मंथ एज अ एक्सपीरियंस होगा मेरा जॉब? यस यस ऑब्वियसली। उसी के लिए तो कर रहे हैं इंटर्नशिप। ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल्सो रेडी। And let's try to bring this at a proper position. It should be over here like that. Okay, and we will keep it as it is, like it should be over here, something like that, but we will animate that later. Okay, and now let's try to create our last one. Let's see whether there is anything else or what. I don't think we need this one. Yeah. Okay, so I think all the four ones are and ready. We will try to animate now. सर जो ऑफिस क्या काम करते हो, ऑफिस में बहुत काम होता है आपका? हाँ, होता तो है. Okay, so now our project files are ready. Now it's easy to animate in After Effects. Make a tutorial on signature animation. Okay, buddy, we'll try to do it. Okay, we have saved this file. Now we will try to animate our scenes. Let me go over here and try to bring myself at this point. We will try to sum up this animation a little bit early as possible because obviously today was a hectic day. Okay, and I'm also feeling very sleepy. You are the best. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's bring out our first scenes. Now, if you guys know that we have four scenes. सर मैंने आपका प्रीमियर प्रो का कोर्स परचेस किया था. मैं पहले प्रीमियर प्रो सीखना हूँ, उसके बाद आफ्टर इफेक्ट सीखूंगा अच्छे से. पर भाई मैंने कोई प्रीमियर प्रो का कोर्स, आई डोंट थिंक मैंने कोई प्रीमियर प्रो का कोर्स, मैंने आफ्टर इफेक्ट का ही बनाया है कोर्स भाई, और कोई कोर्स नहीं बनाया मैंने प्रीमियर प्रो का. Okay, so let's bring out our first scene, and I'll try to bring this over here like that. This is my illustrator file. Let's open this. Obviously it will take a little bit time to load. Oh. Okay, let's make it full resolution. And now as you guys can see, we cannot see it properly, so let's go inside this, hit Ctrl K to open the project settings, and we are going to change the settings of this to 1080. Right click new and create one null object. I'll select all of them and I'll make it a parent with this null. Let's select this null and try to increase the size of this in such a way that this hand should cover this entire portion like that. Okay, like that. Where can I find AE course link? Let me bring my AE course. Uh, I am bringing. Wait a second. Okay, so uh, I have pinned this comment. This is my AE courses on Udemy. You can check it out over there. Okay, on this page you will find all of my courses. कंप्लीट मोशन, ओके यस, हाँ मैंने आफ्टर इफेक्ट का कोर्स बनाया है, प्रीमियर प्रो का कोर्स नहीं बनाया. Okay guys, so on this link you will find my Udemy courses. There are so many courses I did. Also, if you want, then you can join our Motion Pro membership as well. You will find some extremely beautiful content over there as well. Also, if you're enjoying this kind of a live stream and question and answer series, let me know in the comment sections. I'll try to create more like this. Okay, so let's start to animate this first. And over here this stuff is ready. Now let's go inside this. Now we have this BG, so let's try to animate this BG, this paper, and then this hand over here. Press Y and let's try to bring this over here. Now what I want is that this right button should be on the top. Okay, and now over here I want this pen should write like a correct word like over here. So press G, which is a shortcut key for pen tool. Let's remove this fill, we don't need that. And I'm for the color, I'm going to pick up this color only. And we will create right kind of a structure over here like that. And let's increase this. And let's try to bring this somewhere around over here. Okay, let's try to adjust it. Make reactive proximity animation using expression with null. To be honest, I don't know how to do it, but I'll try to check it out, YouTube tutorial on it. I have seen so many people are doing that. It requires I think expression and all. I haven't checked out that tutorial, but I'll try to check it out that, and I'll try to do it in my tutorials. But thank you for your suggestions, buddy. Thank you so much. Okay, so basically with this hand, I want this hand should create this shape, but obviously it's going outside. So let's try to bring this properly over here, and it should be after this hand. Okay, so let's try to animate this one by one. I want this BG should get animated first. So let's select this BG, press S, and let's increase the scale of this and try to adjust it over here. Press P for position, create one keyframes, and let's bring this over here like that. Let's go to the start and let's try to bring this downwards. Select those keyframe, hit F9, and let's try to bring this over here like that. Then we have this papers. Select both of them, press P for position, create one keyframe, then press R for rotation to create another keyframes. Over here, let's bring this, let's rotate it like that, and let's try to bring this downwards and hit F9. Illustration कैसे सीखूं बताओ ना. I would recommend you to check it out, GFX mentor tutorials. You can check it out over there. There are so many tutorials of GFX mentor. Okay, so we have created this animation. Then we need to bring one our hand that should come from here. So somewhere around at this point, I'll bring my hand from here to here like that. Let's check it out. Where is the shape? Should be somewhere around over here like that. Select those keyframe and hit F9. Let's go over here and try to bring this somewhere around at this point. Okay, then go few frame forward, create one keyframe at position, go over here. Let's bring this over here, and then after few frames, let's try to bring this over here. Select those keyframes and hit F9. So we will get something like that, but we are getting this kind of a trouble. So right click, go to the keyframe interpolation and choose linear. So we'll get something like that. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, try to practice it as much as you can. Then we will select the shape layer, we'll go to the add, we will choose trim path, and we will make this value 0. Then at this point, let's make this value 100. Okay, so we will check it out. This we will get something like that. We can hit F9 and try to adjust the movement of this. Okay, like that. Okay, and then after this I want, first we got this, then this, not this one but this one should start to animate over here. So we can use animation composer for this, and let's try to bring this over here. Let's close this one. We are getting this kind of a pop-up. Then first we got this, and then somewhere around at this point we got this pop-up. Then I'm going to select this and press P, right click and choose separate dimensions. I don't need this null object, so I'll delete that. Then select this pop-up, create one keyframe at X and one keyframe at Y, go few frame forward. I'm going to select this and I'll move this. I'll select this and I'll try to bring this over here like that. Then in the middle, I'll select this and I'll change the Y position of this one to somewhere around over here. Select those Y position, hit F9, go to the graph. सर आपके ऑफिस में ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर का क्या और वीडियो एडिटर या आप ही करते हो? नहीं ब्रो, मैं वहाँ पे मोशन ग्राफिक आर्टिस्ट हूँ। मैं वीडियो एडिटिंग और मोशन ग्राफिक्स देखता हूँ। यूआई यूएक्स डिज़ाइनर का अलग डिपार्टमेंट है, डिज़ाइनर्स का अलग डिपार्टमेंट है, एक्सेट्रा। आपका जो कोर्स है मास्टर टेक्स्ट एनिमेशन, जो कि इम्पोर्टेंट है, मुझे लगता है आफ्टर इफेक्ट में उस कोर्स का ड्यूरेशन क्या होगा? मुझे इस कोर्स में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है क्योंकि टेक्स्ट एनिमेशन बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। और यस, ड्यूरेशन तो अभी मुझे पता नहीं है, एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट मैंने वो बहुत पहले बनाया हुआ था, तो आई थिंक आप वहाँ पे चेकआउट कर सकते हो, वहाँ पे ड्यूरेशन लिखा होता है। सर अभी नहीं, पर 2030 तक एआई बहुत अपग्रेड होने वाला है, तो वीडियो एडिटिंग के जॉब जाने वाले हैं क्या? तो यार इतना सीख के क्या फ़ायदा? बहुत कंफ्यूज हो रहा है। बेसिक तो पता होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज भले ही एआई वो यूज़ करे, लेकिन किसी भी चीज़, हमेशा एक बात हमें ध्यान रखनी चाहिए कि नॉलेज कभी भी वेस्ट नहीं होता। इवन अगर एआई भी आ जाए, हम बाद में वो भी सीखेंगे। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको एक देता हूँ एग्जांपल। मैंने 2017 में जब फोटोशॉप सीखना स्टार्ट किया था, तब उस टाइम पे ऐसे होता था कि हम जो चीज़ है, फॉर एग्जांपल फोरग्राउंड बैकग्राउंड रिमूव करना है, हम पेन टूल यूज़ करते थे एक एक चीज़ सिलेक्शन करने के लिए। भले ही आज भी एआई वो आ गया है, वो रिप्लेस किया है, लेकिन वो नॉलेज कभी ना कभी मुझे कहीं ना कहीं पे यूज़ होता है। बिकॉज समटाइम्स यू नो पेन टूल से हमें कुछ सिलेक्शन करना होता है बहुत ही क्विक वे में, और कभी कभार बैकग्राउंड रिमूव अच्छे से नहीं हो रहा है या फिर कुछ शेप बनाना है उसमें। तो ऐसे ही ये जो चीज़ें हैं जो हम कर रहे हैं, वो भले ही इस चीज़ में नहीं, लेकिन किसी ना किसी चीज़ में यूज़ होंगी ही। और जब तक वो एआई आएगा तब तक हमें सस्टेन करना है, तो उसके लिए हमें ये अब तक सीखना ही पड़ेगा। ठीक है। और ये हम बोल रहे हैं कि अपग्रेड होगा, होने वाला है, लेकिन वो कब होगा, कितनी देर में होगा, और वो अपग्रेड होगा तो वो क्या सच में पुरानी चीज़ों को रिप्लेस कर देगा, नहीं कर देगा, ये हमने नहीं देखा, हमने अभी तक फ्यूचर नहीं देखा। तो जब आएगा तब की तब देखेंगे, लेकिन तब तक जब ये नॉलेज इम्पॉर्टेंट है, जब तक ये नॉलेज चल रहा है तब तक हमें ये सीखना चाहिए। जब वो नॉलेज आएगा तो हम वो भी सीखेंगे। अब ऑब्वियसली हम ऐसे तो नहीं कर सकते कि सर वो बाद में आएगा तो अभी ये सीख के क्या करता हूँ, मैं काम करता हूँ, ये नहीं सीखूंगा, वो जब आएगा तो आएगा, तो ऐसे तो दुनिया नहीं चलेगी। ऑब्वियसली ये नॉलेज है तो हमें सीखना तो पड़ेगा। सो या सर, ये एनिमेशन ख़त्म होने के बाद मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप सबसे चैट्स का रिप्लाई करें। मुझे भी क्वेश्चंस है और मुझे बहुत लग रहा है डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है, आपको डिस्टर्ब होगा भी क्यों नहीं? सर एज अ बिगिनर एई में स्पीड यूज़ करना चाहिए या वैल्यू ग्राफ, और एई में स्क्रिप्ट कैसे रन करते हैं? मैं तो सोचता हूँ कि स्पीड ग्राफ ही यूज़ करना चाहिए। वैल्यू ग्राफ मेरी अकॉर्डिंग उतना, मुझे अभी तक पर्सनली उसका उतना यूज़ नहीं हुआ है। सो या एई में स्क्रिप्ट्स कैसे रन करूँ? ऑब्वियसली आप किसी भी पोजीशन पे अल्ट प्रेस करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली। सर वन confusion, in future motion graphics and video editing will be lost. Mm, I don't think video editing would be lost, but there are going to be several tools that can make your job easy. For example, like most of the one thing I've sure that in chats so many people are worried that in future motion graphics will be get replaced. Let's take a back. Let's remember the time when animators used to create a cartoons like Tom and Jerry. Okay, everyone knows Tom and Jerry. At that time, they used to create all the things on paper like that by yourself. But later on, there is one person who discovered computer. Then they have created separate softwares that whatever you want to create on paper, you don't need to do it on paper. You can create it on computer. Does that mean that the job has completely gone or something? Like, oh, animators are gone, there is in future there is no future for animators? Obviously not. It's just that animators got a new tool to create their artwork. Art is still there, just a tool is changing. For example, tomorrow if I'm going to create a drawing with the help of one pencil, that is very very normal. But then I got some money, I'm going to buy some pencil which is a little bit more softer. Like there are Stedler pencils who are very expensive, and you can create a beautiful art with that. Does that mean that art is dead or something? Obviously not. So one thing we need to understand, that tools are changing, art is not changing. Okay, motion graphic is an art, video editing is an art, but to make that art, the tools are very very different, and tools are making our job very easy. Okay, like that. So it's like that. Even if you take example of this After Effects only, when I was started After Effects during the time of CS6, at that time this much thing or this much user interface was not there. There are some extra different user interface. Right now it's very easy. At that time it was quite weird and difficult. But does that mean that all the things that I did at that time are wasting right or not? Obviously not. It's going to, have some impact on you. Okay, it will give us something in return. So yeah, so let's focus on our animation right now. Let's save this file, and let's select this and go to the graph, zoom in, select this, and let's try to bring this over here. And let's try. आप किधर से हो and आप offline भी class लेते हो क्या? I am from Maharashtra, Mumbai, and yes, I take offline classes as well. But I did only for one student, obviously. I haven't. I'm not pursuing it as a, on coaching center or not. But yeah, if anyone is interested, I can take personal coaching as well. Okay. So at this point, I want there should be some bouncing animation kind of a stuff. So press R for rotation to create one keyframe, hit U, go over here, and let's make this one complete rotation like that. This animation should be a little bit faster. So let's bring it like that. Let's save this file. We got this, and then we got this. Okay guys, so I think it's time that I should focus on my animation also. I'll try to answer your questions later. If you want, you can please let me know in the comment section all your queries. I'll try to answer one by one, but let me focus on this animation now, because I'm getting distracted. It's not like that I don't want to answer the questions or anything, but I think we need to focus on our animation as well. So yeah. So after this, like that, we got this animation, and then we got this. Then after this, I want this one should be gone. So let's bring this over here, go to the graph, select this, and zoom in a little bit. Let's try to bring this over here, and let's try to bring this over here. Okay, so we'll get something like that. And at this point, I want this one should be gone, and there should be some white color should come out of this. Okay, so our first animation was like this, and then like this, and I think this thing should be start from here like that, and at this point over here we should get something like that. Okay, so if you check it out, this animation over here we are getting this, and let's zoom in a little bit. Initially press S and let's make this scale 110 to create one keyframe, and as this animation goes I'm going to make this 100. Okay, and just to give this animation a kind of a 2D look or vintage look, what I'm gonna do, I'll right click new and I'll create one adjustment layer. I'll go to the effect and presets panel and I'm going to search for noise. I'm going to choose 25, and I'm going to apply posterized time effect as well, and let's make this value 20. Okay, so it will give us our animation a kind of a 2D look over here like that. If you check it out, this we are getting something like that. If you want to give some edges over here, you can apply turbulence displace effect as well, and let's change this value or amount to 50 and size to 1 or something. Okay, so we are going to get that patches like that, just to give our animation a 2D kind of a look. Also I'm going to alt click on this evolution tab and I'm going to search for time star 60. Okay, so I'm going to get that roughen edges as well. If I bring this up to 600 or something like that, I'll get that rough edges over here like this. So let's make this, let's make this value 20 only. Okay, now let me drink some water. Okay, now after this I'll hit Control I and I'll try to bring my second illustration, which is this one, and I'll try to bring this over here and double click to open this and hit Control key to open the project settings. Let's make this 1080 and background color I'm going to choose white color like that. Okay, and now we will try to animate this first. So let's select all of these leaves and let's try to bring this at the top and press Control Shift C to pre-compose, and let's call it as leaf only. Let's go inside this and try to bring them properly at their respective position like that, and let's try to bring their anchor point properly at the bottom like that. Let's select all of them and press R for rotation and hit W to rotate it like that to create one keyframe. Go somewhere around at 4 seconds and let's rotate it, or let's create keyframe like that only. Let's rotate it like that, rotate it like this again, rotate it like that. Select those keyframe and hit F9, and then alt click on the stopwatch and we are going to apply loop out expression over there. Let's copy this expression and hit Control V. Okay, so obviously we are going to get to something like that. Let's select all of them and try to choose keyframe assistance, and let's try to adjust them one by one. Also, there should be some animation for them. So in animation composer, I'm going to pick up that overshoot scale. Okay, and let's close this panel. So we will get one by one. So let's go over here and let's choose quad resolution just to check it out our animation. We got something like that. I'm going to close the illustrator because otherwise our PC is gonna get hanged. Okay, now we will hide this. Now we have this, I don't know what it is, so maybe it's a correct word or something. So let's hide this. Let's try to focus on our character. Is this white? And let's press Ctrl Shift C and let's call it as lady. Let's go at the start, press P, create one keyframe, go few frame forward, create another keyframe, and initially try to bring this downwards. Let's select those keyframe and hit F9, go to the graph. Let's try to adjust it like that. Then go inside this. Now let's select this and select the puppet pen tool. Let's enable this icon. Let's click on this, this, hit U. Let's go at the start, select those, and let's try to bring this over here. Let's try to create keyframes on each and every one, and somewhere around at the start create another keyframes. Now let's select this and let's try to bring this over here, try to bring this over here. So obviously we will get something like this. Now this is very fast, so let's select all of them, and by holding Alt I'll try to bring this over here, and let's hit F9, and if you check it out, this we will get something like that. Now if you know, we need to apply alt click and loop out expression on them. I'll copy this expression and I'll try to apply it on all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna get that animation continuously. Okay, like that. Then we have this mouth and eye, which I'm going to make it apparent with this head, and this hair I'm going to make it apparent with this head. Then select this head and go to the start, and at the start I'll bring this anchor point downwards and I'll rotate this head, create one keyframe at position and rotation, go few frame forward, let's rotate it like that, create another keyframe, and at the start go over here, create another keyframe, and somewhere over here I'll try to bring this downwards, select those keyframe and hit F9, hit Ctrl C, go few frame forward, hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and choose time reverse keyframe. Create another keyframes and let's apply loop out expression. Okay guys, so if you're watching this, then please click on that like button. It would be helpful to boost this kind of a stream like that. Okay, so this is done. Now we have this laptop, so let's create one keyframe over here, and let's try to bring this over here, and let's try to adjust it over here. Let's try to select those and try to bring this somewhere around up to this one. Then we have the sleeve is ready, and this one is also ready. Let's select this and this. Okay, so now the only thing remaining is this and this. So press P for position. Also select this BG as well. Press P for position. Go few frame forward, create another keyframe and go to the start. Select this BG and try to bring this downwards. Select this, try to bring this over here. Select this and try to bring this over here. Select those keyframes, hit F9 and try to bring this over here. And let's bring this one by one. So if you check it out, this we are getting one by one. Okay, so now another thing I want is this plane, but it should get animated, and this is the one who is going to transition our animation. So for this I'm going to create one line like this. Okay, like that. And in search option I'll search for path to create one keyframe. I'm going to copy this and then select this plane. I'll try to bring this at the top. Press P, select this and hit Ctrl V like this. I don't want this. Select this. Let's enable this and hit W to rotate it. And select this, right click, go to the transform and choose auto orient and choose orient along the path and try to orient like that. So if you check it out, this we are gonna get something like that. And I'm going to try to adjust it like this. Okay, and when it's going from here to here, what I want is that my animation should start, it should get translate. So for that, what I want is that somewhere around at this point it should get closed. So I'm going to select my ellipse tool and I'll create one ellipse somewhere around at this point over here like that, and I'll try to bring this over here. I'll press S to create one keyframe. I'll go somewhere around over here and I'm going to increase the size of this. I'll go to the start and I'll make this value 0. Select those keyframe and hit F9. So we are gonna get something like that. So if you check it out, this we will get something like this, and enable this motion blur. Okay, and now let's increase the duration of this one. And now if you check it out, this first we got this, and then I want this animation should be happening somewhere around at this point. over here. So if we check it out, these two animations, first we got this, and then we are getting something like that, and let's hit n over there, and same animation, same scaling animation I would apply on these two. Okay, like that. And if you check it out, this animation now, then we got this and we got this. So as you guys can see, this is how we can create this kind of a animation. Now this is going to be the part one. The part two is going to, we will cover tomorrow, because obviously initially I was planning to do this live stream yesterday, but obviously because of some health issues, as you can see, I cannot completely do it. But yes, this is our first part. We will try to continue this series tomorrow as well. So make sure to come tomorrow as well and support this kind of a live stream. So yes, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any queries, now you can ask me. Okay, sir, get well soon. Stay healthy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, thank you for watching this tutorial, and please make sure to come tomorrow as well. We will try to complete this series, and we will discuss about your questions as well. So yep, thank you so much for watching this stream.